Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Peggle Deluxe. Let's continue our adventure. So, the fewer orange points left, the more points you score. Check out the red fever meter on the right hand on the side of the board for the current point multiplier. So, more and more the game is teaching me that I should try to get rid of the orange ones before anything else. But physics tells me I should try to get rid of the tallest orange ones before anything else. This snail setup is going to particularly cause problems in a second, I think. I think I need to shoot that right there. And this left side is pretty empty now. Let's see. Hit that. Hit that. Get in there. That's good. That'll get probably a bunch of them. Let's see if I hit this. I was hoping to catch the edge of this. Let's try to hit this as straight on as possible. See, I have a slight issue going on now. I have 4 shots. Can I get almost there? And the problem is I've got to, in the remaining 3 shots, get rid of a couple of things. There we go. Now hit this ball, that would be nice. These edges don't really add a lot of bounce back, so they're not like pop-up bumpers on pinball machines, which kind of is a shame, but I understand it. This game really has me mentally harkening back to, I would say, early 90s CD-ROM games where you could buy a CD-ROM game that it barely had a game even on it, or you'd get like 10 games, or it'd come free in a magazine or something. Something like Windows 95, Windows 98 style games. Hold down the right mouse button to speed up time. This totally helps when you're waiting for that perfect shot. I suppose you could try to strategize a little bit better than I am and get those free balls. But like this speeds up time, sure. There was an instant replay too, so let's hit that when we make a totally amazing shot. We found that out. Now that the targets are spinning, we could have an issue there. Free ball. This is not the best setup. I've got 4 things I need to hit, and I've got to be kind of careful to actually hit them. That would be nice. 2 balls left. Got it. Extreme fever. See, I would just like a little bit better graphics in the modern day, a little bit better drawn backgrounds, a little bit shinier balls. I'd like this all be 3D. Like this, there's just a lot of things here that are flat 2D animated, and by my eye now, it seems like it's really antiquated, and it's in a weird middle step. It's not as bad as, say, something like Doom, that if you look at the original Doom and see how small the resolutions are, this is 800 by 600 resolution, so in windowed mode, it's not a 640 by 480 game, which certainly I've played several Scum VM emulator games that run at 640 by 480, and they look pixelated and they're old as all get out, but this is kind of a generation, maybe even 2 generations past that, but still kind of old. It's still not that 3D revolution that we saw when we started with the Xbox, and then the Xbox 360 really got it going well, when you started seeing things like Halo. I don't know if Halo is really the appropriate game to say that 3D really started going. I would say probably Super Mario 64 is a lot earlier 3D graphics, and Star Fox and the Super NES was even 3D graphics, but the level of quality. Let's see, let's read this instead of talking. Meow, I like yarn, but not as much as I like my pyramid powers. It extends the edges of the free ball bucket for extra bounces and the last second reprisals. It's subtle, but it can really help you out. Gaze with me into the pyramid and I'll show you. Gaze with me in the pyramid. I guess Illuminati confirmed. My magic power turns the free ball bucket into the pyramid. Hit the green peg to see it in action. So this is weird because, okay, that's going to be a very, very annoying sound effect if it does that every time. I can already tell. Cats and dogs and pyramid things. And it makes it a pyramid for like 5 shots too, which is not bad. Let's go down the middle here. But the pyramid being slanted like it is not really helping anything. Let's see, how many times can I get lucky? That's really what this feels like, is every time this happens I just get lucky with it, and I'm not really playing with any actual skill or anything. See, was that shot worth it? I don't think it was. Free ball there. We'll see if I can hit something that way. Nope. So, gotta hit this. And maybe that'll work? No. Because the circle stops going on the edge when it's made larger like this. And it goes all the way to the edge here, so you're actually having a pretty big trade-off if with the way it is working. I like the pomp and circumstance here, but I don't believe that's actually the song that's being played. My pyramid powers last 5 turns. Meow. That's a lot of turns. When you win. I like the big reward. This is the type of game that almost is to the beginning, I would say, of DirectX really being a thing. So, like, this may be DirectX 8, DirectX 6, even. Not very many games I see occur at the earlier versions. I'm not sure if they were even, if DirectX 4 or 5 or anything was released to the public. And once DirectX, Microsoft DirectX, came out, in case you don't know what it is it's a unified programming language for games and how they render the graphics card. So before the DirectX stuff, you pretty much had to program your game to directly communicate with every single brand of video cards available, using a lot older standards that have a lot less options and functionality. CGA, XGA, wide XGA, to name a few. And those standards really just were standards on the style of colors and the resolution a video card could do. They weren't really standards as far as, can it do this 3D graphics function, or can it handle sprites on a number of sprites on the screen, or anything like that. DirectX added a lot about that, and DirectX also added things for like direct sound and direct input, which eventually is joysticks. The number above my head tells how many turns you have left with my magic power. Okay. Yeah, I already had figured all that out, but okay. Pyramid pile up. So that gives me now 8 uses of that. I'm not sure I really wanted 8 uses of it, but whatever. And once, this is a long story, I know, but once DirectX started making it easier for people to just focus on making their games, there really was a flood of PC games that came out since it became easier. Let's see. Well, I bounced into that one. That would have been a really tough one to hit, actually. And I missed. See, I don't understand really the logic behind getting points for a long shot, because the chance that you actually knew it was gonna hit is not great. Free ball, because I missed completely. So I'm thinking maybe if I just hit that free ball, that's not gonna work. So I'm gonna have to do something like this. I'm gonna lose. See, and I need to get a free ball here. And I didn't. So maybe we're starting to see a level of difficulty in this. And we kind of needed to start to see that level of difficulty appear. Otherwise, this was going to be a breeze to get through. The shame of it really is there's not a ton of games from the early CD-ROM PC era that are worth playing these days. There's a lot of them that may be worth remaking in concept, but not very many that, as they are, would play or do play or are worth playing. One of the games that I don't think, it very well may have been an EA game, but I'm not sure, so don't take my word on it, was Alone in the Dark. That was an early PC game, and they tried to make a new reboot sequel to it, and it was just an awful, lazy attempt with no interest whatsoever in honoring the original game, and it wasn't even the first attempt at that. They tried to make Alone in the Dark and reboot that series like 2 or 3 times and have yet to succeed once. I don't know why I did that. That wasn't going to be helpful. There we go. There's one game I want to play. There's a couple CD-ROM games I'd like to play that just kind of never went anywhere. The Double Switch and Burn Cycle, two mature rated games, not because they had well, Burn Cycle actually did have some nudity in it, but just mature in theme in general. And yeah, those series never went anywhere. They never got sequels, they never got remade. It's been a little odd in 2017 to see games that are only like 5 years old, 10 years old getting remade, and then now start to think about the games that are 15, 20 years old, 30 years old, and you're like, why aren't those games getting remade? Those were good concepts and terrible executions, or the best executions you could do at the time, which is not very good by modern standards. I once thought nothing could beat playing with a ball of yarn, but Peggle tops it. I'm keeping the yarn though. Yarn still hits the spots every so often. Yeah, why am I getting dialogue here, I wonder? So these things that are coming back and forth, are they something you can hit? Nope, they're just going to be permanent barriers. Okay. So then it's very important to get the things on the edge. So I need to do like a time shot here to get rid of that. And then do a time shot here. I don't really feel like this game is going to ever require me to do some amazing time shots to win, but there probably will be some unlucky plays that we have. And see, it's not really fair to get 100,000 points on your first try because there's just too much in this game that's random. But I seriously doubt the points are going to matter. It's not a online leaderboard or anything like that. I imagine I could probably easily just go change the high score right now if I wanted to. It's probably just a text file. Or something similarly simple. to figure out. Well, so yeah, that was just kind of an unlucky turn of events. These poles, these crocodile poles, maybe that's what you'd call them, are gonna try to point the balls towards the center. Let's see, that immediately doubles the score, and so I've already got a higher than average score, I think, because now I'm up to triple the score. Let's hit that one. See, again, why do I deserve extra points for that long shot when I really did nothing to show that I intentionally knew that was going to happen? I suppose in other games, in real world sports, if you accidentally hit a home run, you're given less points because of it. But you probably should fess up to it, in my opinion. Now, in billiards, they have the concept of calling your shot. And see, if that was the case, I could see how you could add a level of complexity here just by doing that. I've got a fever, the only cure is extreme fever. I get it? It's ironic because the cure for my fever is actually more fever. So, like, if you called your shot by putting your mouse within a certain distance of where it's going to land, then I could see getting points for it. So if I say it's going to land here, it's going to land here, it's going to land there, and you have to, I would say they probably should force you to call the shot within a second from when the ball is far enough away. So then you'd be saying, well, I think it's going to hit this. Like, this should be a called shot if that got hit. And instead of a long shot. And in billiards, it's not quite like that. You would say, like, the 8 ball in the corner pocket, and you can kind of cheat by saying corner pocket, and then if it hits any of the 4 corner pockets, you'll trick most unprofessional billiard players with that. You get a 1 in 4 shot there, and then if you say in the side pocket, you have a 2 in 6 shot, so that's a 1 in 3 chance. But in professional billiards, they make you point to which pocket you're talking about, instead of describing it, since the descriptions overlap. There is also bumper pool, and that is a game that's somewhat similar to this, although the verticality still puts this a lot closer to a mix between pachinko and arachnoid. So Peggle, I imagine, is just the concept that these are pegs. It's a pretty bad name, actually. If you had never heard of the word Peggle before, I'd think it's pegs and snuggle combined, and that doesn't make a lot of sense, really. It's weird, definitely weird. Okay, so now we are on to number 4 of the Masters. It's weird we start with the boss and then work our way to it. Greetings, aspiring Peggle Knot. My task is to expand the explosive space blast for furious fulguration and fabulous firework. Many pegs will be sparkly dismissed and points will be accrue at the speed of shock. Set ocular eyes to see and we shall launch our lessons. So basically these are gonna blow up. Powers are magical. Hit green pegs for a space blast. Cosmic explosions. That'll be interesting. Let's go back to the main menu. So we still haven't done an instant replay yet. I guess I haven't done anything awesome yet. Quick play, I don't see a reason to touch on that. Challenge, not yet. But the demo, it was weird that the demo took until the second level to unlock. One would think it would be a little bit more than that. That we would unlock the demo would be unlocked by default. That's what I'm trying to say. So I want to see this demo just for a second to see if there's some major strategy I'm missing. I seriously doubt there is. This is really just a screensaver, which that's something of early 90s games, like screensavers and game versions of screensavers came out quite a bit. There was like one screensaver that was kind of like Jeopardy or something, where you could it would play itself, but you could hit a button to start a game of Jeopardy on it. And I'm sure there was a few more. And then nowadays, in comparison, nobody needs a screensaver for the type of monitors they have. Nowadays, the screensaver is the thing on your phone that turns the screen off to save battery, not to stop the phosphorescence in a cathode ray tube from burning into the glass, the front of the glass on the monitor. Whoa. Have they been doing that before? Where it goes whoa? Is this an almost 100% collection here? Like, there's one they missed. No, that was a full clear. Top score, 300,000. Interesting. That was a complete full clear, it seemed. Or close to a full clear. Maybe it missed one peg. Or two. And then if you want to switch characters, you would click here, of course. Anywho, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.